Hey folks, Transition here from the Unapologetically Kettlebell WOD. Wanted to share with you a quick tip on something that I've been thinking about working on for a while, and I kind of put it all together today. I'm going to call it kettlebell anchoring. There's a lot of ways that it's been done over time, but a lot of people are jumping to the swing or the acceleratives way too fast. They're finding themselves getting caught up in a bind, jamming up their back maybe, and just having ultimately a bad experience. It just doesn't feel right. Feel like they're getting more work in their back or low back than they are getting in their posterior chain or low posterior chain hamstrings. So if you have a heavy kettlebell, I'm just going to set up, and the reason that I'm talking about this today is we're kicking off our mobility first class. I think it's the third round we've done of it this weekend. We're going to actually introduce this type of stuff with the heavy kettlebell. So it's a great way to get some heavy kettlebells to start finding usage for them. So set the kettlebell up a good distance behind you. A heavy kettlebell, 100-pounder. If you're a person that's, low 200s like myself, a 100-pound kettlebell should be enough. If you've got some really heavy people, I'm going to give you another option, or if you don't have a heavy kettlebell. So here, your normal stance, your normal deadlift swing stance, find your crease, and then just find that anchor and kind of set those hips in against it, brace the chest up, and finding that home. You're not actually ever lifting the bell off the ground, but you're just finding home. The reason that this is so important is that when you anchor like that, that bottom position of the swing or deadlift is the most imperative position. If we get out of that good body position, we find ourselves getting a little round or soft. A lot of people focus on the top end and getting that snap, if you will. I don't like to call it snap, but snap, if you will. But the bottom position is actually the most important, is to be able to close that hip up. Close the hip up, push the hip back into deep flexion, pre-stretch or eccentrically strict move through all that posterior chain. That anchor really helps us get there. So, if you don't have a big heavy kettlebell, it's too expensive, whatever, you're too heavy, it's all good. This is the classic pull through. Powerlifter move. It's not so popular anymore, at least it's not around as much. I think I first saw it from Dave Tate and the Elite FTS crew. Really simple. Simple band. Everybody can afford a band. You don't need a heavy band. This is a 1-inch band. I think these bands cost $10 if you buy them. Good quality bands. They can be used for lots of things. They're a great combination for your kettlebell. So straddle up, anchor at a low position, but you can see here, this is putting some, what does that look like? That looks like end range here. You don't have to have the whole towel thing with people grabbing up in your grundle and all that jazz, as Kelly Starrett would say. Pushing back, kind of double anchor there. I've still got my upper back tied in, open up chest and shoulders, but I can tension up or tension down. It can be really relevant depending on the person, but I can find home there. I can really, really close up that hip, brace into that bottom position there. That's right where we want the kettlebell. Boom. Back up. If we don't really want to make it an action because the band, quite frankly, starts to ride up on you, if you know what I mean. But this is a great position for us to be in for a lot of our kettlebell movements. So there you have it. Kettlebell anchoring, or using the mini band, if you will. Enjoy it. If you have been having some trouble with your swings or your accelerators, great place to kick off. This is Unapologetically Kettlebell WOD number 2. Can't wait to see you for the next one.